Hey, Coach, welcome to our YouTube channel. Very excited you decided to join us. Make sure a couple things. First of all, that you subscribe down below and hit the bell up above. We put new material out just about every day. Second of all, go down and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you don't want a messy basement, but you want to win all these championships, teachhoops.com is the answer for you. It's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches, resources, mentoring, everything you need, the roadmap to make you a better basketball coach. Go over and check it out and have a great day.
All right, for this section of drills that I like, I'm going to go through several here together. But this is kind of our package of what we do to beat pressure. Our conference is pretty dynamic in that, like, we're going to play some teams that are going to run some great half court stuff, play half court man, and then the other half is going to play wild, double team constantly, make play a full court game. We've got to be able to handle that kind of pressure. It's something we have to work on every day. We can't just do something like before that we play one of these teams. Also, we think we're either going to be that team, hopefully we're going to be that really good team that we're winning at the end of the game. We're up 10 points in the fourth quarter, and we're always going to see some pressure where they're trying to get back into the game. So that's something we're, always working on. But how do we make it game-like? I think we do some stuff that's a little bit different than other people's. We will do some on-air fundamental work. I'm not a big believer of saying, hey, you have to do it at the beginning of practice or at the beginning of the season. We might do a drill like this where we're working on just pivoting and passing, but instead of doing it at the beginning, we might actually do it after a live segment in practice or at the very end of practice where we want them to really over exaggerate that footwork or say, hey, remember this drill where you really struggled with this? Now we're going to go back and break that down to that smallest part. Not a lot of research showing that you have to put stuff in where you work on pivoting before you're doing a full speed drill that's pivoting. Now, I know a lot of us have always coached that way, but this is something we have had a lot of success with. We do some things that are going to be pretty crazy to a lot of people, but that's the way it's got to be for us. One drill we call 2 to the ball. So we can be in anything. We can be on an advantage, disadvantage drill, 5-on-5, 3-on-3. Really couldn't do it lower than 3-on-3. But this one, every pass, 2 defenders are going to go to the ball. Now that kind of follows some of our, like one of our biggest rivals that pressures everywhere. We don't have the athletes in the back end of our roster to simulate that game pressure. So we have to find some drills and smaller sided games that are going to make us have some game reads. So here we're working on 2 to the ball. We're 3-on-3, so that's as small as we would ever go. Wherever defense passes it, 2 guys are going to chase it. There are no rules other than you can't just sit back on defense. We don't really want somebody playing safety. The team we work on this against a lot, they're not really worried about having a safety. They're going to come up, pressure, steal, and then probably somebody trying to fly in and block it off the backboard or out of bounds about 30 rows. Really simple drill we can do on 3-on-3. We could add, hey, you can't dribble, different things, but just keeping it really simple of like, where are my eyes looking? This is about the basic level we could go with that 3-on-3. All right, so going to the next one here, 4-on-4, 2 to the ball. This is probably a little bit more game realistic. We could have all 4 on the perimeter, whatever we're trying to work on. Defense, wherever they pass the ball, 2 defenders are going there at the ball. If 2 turns around and throws a skip pass to 3, we got to get 2 defenders over there. We're trying to create chaos. Offense, we're trying to get easy looks, working on the fundamentals that we want to get reps there with. Not, hey, do this, then do that. What did you see out on the court? What was your spacing? Did you just stand in the opposite corner with your hand up and they couldn't see you whatsoever? Now, defensively, we can actually get some stuff out of this. Because we might not, for instance, in the 1920 season, we didn't have to press very often. We won a lot of games, and we weren't really a pressing team. But there were some situations where all of a sudden we've got to create a turnover. We could even throw in, hey, we're in our man, but we're looking to play like it's 2 to the ball. We're trying to create some havoc. We've got to get a steal here. We're down 3 with a minute left. We can't just sit there and play our half-court defense. All of these drills, how can we incorporate some offense and defense at the same time? In this one, instead of just being in the half court, we're actually going to do this one in this drill where it's 4-on-4-on-4. So we have 3 teams. We'll have, one team waiting at the opposite end. We got 12 guys in this drill. We've had several clips here or drills I've shared where we have this setup of 3 teams. One thing we can also add to this is they can pressure on the way back. So if gold got the rebound there, black could be pressuring here until half court and then the other one. But really it's going to be sloppy here, but just constantly 2 people to the ball. The ball crosses half court. There's got to be a double team coming. We're trying to create some havoc here. Now, this is not going to be super pretty. I'm not sure exactly where we were even at this point of the season. That was a sophomore making a mistake, throwing it to half court. That would be one of our great teaching points of that is a terrible turnover. A live ball, throw it towards half court turnover is going to be a dunk at the other end in our conference. Eat the ball, throw it out of bounds. I might not stop this right then and show them that, but it might be afterwards. I can bring them back, show them that exact thing. But pretty simple stuff here, as you can see. It's nothing earth-shattering, but just 2 guys constantly to the ball. Defense, you can't really make a mistake as long as you're being aggressive. Two-team wild transition. So this is one we've added to a drill. I've shown you another example of this. This is going to be the old transition drill where you add a player when the ball crosses half court. I know it's pretty hard to understand in my diagrams here. Hopefully the video will show. So in this traditional drill, we have 2 defenders, and whenever the ball crosses half court, it's going to become 3-on-3. Well, instead of doing that, we're like, how do we just create pure pandemonium? Like, that's what we're going to play in some of these games. How do we just create pure chaos that guys have to do? And instead of waiting until the ball crosses half court, we decided, let's start having that guy go in as soon as the ball is shot on the other end. All right, so the slide on the left, X3's running in. We're saying that the ball had been shot and one got the rebound. As soon as the shot went up, 1 and 5 and 2 are going to transition to the other end, but X3 is already running into this play. X1 and X2 that are all the way down here on defense, we're not going to have them stand underneath the basket. One of them should be sprinting across half court, and the other one's rotating up. We're not worried about getting beat deep. We're telling them create pure chaos in the half court. Now, I will admit, this drill's pretty ugly when you first start doing it, but it does work for us, and it's going to create... Now, see, they don't follow the directions from the very beginning. Young team, we weren't very good the season we were doing this. But we should be able to show it here pretty quick of how we're going to add. So on this shot where they just shot the ball, we should have a defensive player running in right here that's going to be trying to create havoc. Now, he waits until the ball crosses half court. That's not what we were trying to achieve in this drill. We want pure chaos. As soon as this shot is going up here, somebody else should be running in. All right, so I've stopped it. I've been like, okay, this is enough. Nobody was following directions. Here's what I want you to do. Be super aggressive. So we'll start it. He's going to throw it off the backboard. As soon as he does that, the extra defender's coming in here. Now you can see it a little bit better. We have 2 trying to go to the ball constantly. Much better here. Now, probably had an over and back there, but that's something that happens to us in games when we're playing this fast, playing against that pressure. Here you see the extra defender coming in. Immediately, we have to have our head on a swivel, look up the court. Where is the double team coming from? It is sloppy, but it gets guys head up. They have to read the court. We can't just play 5-on-5 and tell our second 5, hey, play pressure like this really good team we're going to play. It doesn't work like that for us. We've got to find other ways to create havoc. Changing a drill that just about everybody does to add that stuff, that works really well for us.
Hey, Coach, so glad you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and like. before you leave. And also go over and check out tryouts.com for coaches who want to get better. It's got everything and a roadmap for you to become a better basketball coach. So go over and check it out. And let's head back to the next video, wherever that would be.